Mother's Day, everybody! It's so great to have you back. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer and this is Pray Girl. You'll notice that today we're actually in my daughter's room, and that's actually because today my little one is napping in my room, so I don't want to be too noisy, and also my daughter is currently doing homework where I usually record. So I hope this is okay. Today I decided to make a video dedicated to mothers and motherhood. Motherhood is such an interesting job, to say the least, because it's filled with challenges, but I think that most mothers can agree with me when I say that it's just such a joy to be a mom. So before I move on and talk about how motherhood has impacted my own life, I want to wish a very happy Mother's Day to all mothers out there. And first and foremost, to my own mom, I love you so much. Personally, I don't think that motherhood can be put into like this box. I don't think that it's defined by having biological children or even adopting children. I think that there's so much more to motherhood. Happy Mother's Day to those women who recently had children and are just now learning how to take care of that baby with devotion and love. Happy Mother's Day to all of those women who have so much experience and now have older children. Happy Mother's Day to all those mothers who haven't met their children. If you're currently pregnant, congratulations and happy Mother's Day to you. To the mothers who have adopted children as their own and love them so very much, thank you so much and happy Mother's Day to you. To those mothers who've had miscarriages before, whether or not you took care of your child only in your belly or you were able to watch them grow, I want you to know that I wish you a happy Mother's Day. To all those wonderful aunts and grandmothers helping raise children, happy Mother's Day to you. This video, I actually wanted to talk about motherhood. Like I said before, it has such a deep meaning, but I just want to celebrate all mothers because I think that all mothers are givers. We give our time, we give our energy, we give our health a lot of the time. We give everything we've got and we do it so gladly to see our children flourish and grow and prosper. Personally, motherhood was so transformative to me. It has pushed me to be happy when I don't feel like being happy. It has pushed me to work harder when I don't feel like I have the strength. I say this thinking about my own children and my experience with them whenever they need me to go play with them outside and then they need me to cook dinner because they need a nutritious meal. And I'm so tired and I don't feel like doing that, but I do it anyway because they're my children. This brought me to think about my own mom and all of those countless times she was there for me when I needed her. So I know personally that if I have grown up to be empathetic, a good Christian with the Lord's help, of course, a good citizen, that if I care for my siblings, all of these things I remember learning from my mother, and I know you probably do too. I was talking to my husband about what he appreciates from his own mother, and he said that he appreciates her generosity. Mothers are givers. You feel happy to give your whole heart to a little person, and that never changes. I'm always telling my children how they'll always be my babies. By the way, for those of you who don't know, I think that something that is very prevalent for mothers is fear. We're fearful that we're not doing a good job. We're fearful that we're not doing enough. We want the best education for our children and we want them to be good Christians. We're happy to give our children our unconditional love and we want to, but we also know that we have to discipline. If the Bible tells us explicitly how we're supposed to do this, it's because it's not an easy job. Being a mom means you still have your own growing to do because you're still a human being on this earth. So there's still things that you're learning, areas of your life that you need growth in, but you also have a whole other human being and sometimes more that you're supposed to be teaching and helping. And yes, we make mistakes for sure. I don't know if you've ever heard moms out there say, oh, I was so much harder on my first child, or oh, by the third child, I wasn't as uptight with. That actually happens because as we're growing in motherhood and as we're growing as people, we're acquiring wisdom. But I'll tell you this, especially if you're like me and you're constantly fearful of doing a bad job or making a big mistake and ruining your child's life, I'll tell you this. I am the first of 5 and I hear my mom talk about this all of the time. The mistakes she made with me and the things that she didn't repeat with my other siblings. But guess what? I wouldn't trade being the firstborn for anything. Because even if to her standards she didn't do a great job, to me, she did the very best job in the whole entire world. So that's why I can tell you, I know that you're doing a great job, especially if you're afraid of messing up, because that only shows how much you truly care. So thank you for that, Mom. And one more thing I'll add, in case you're still doubting your awesome mothering skills, is that the Lord will fill in the blanks when we don't know what to do anymore. The Lord is the one who gives us wisdom, and He's the one who gives us patience and all of the fruits of the Spirit we need to be a good mom. There are going to be times where our kids are going to go through things that we're not going to be a part of, that we might not even know that they're going through until they decide to tell us, or maybe even never. But the Lord is so graceful, and as much as you love your children, the Lord loves them more. So He'll fill in those gaps for sure. So hang on to His word, hang on to His grace, and hang on to the knowledge that you're doing the best that you can, even when you're deciding to take a break or whatever, but I digress. That you're doing the best that you can, and that is going to be enough to raise your children to be amazing human beings. One more thing that I want to say, Mom, is that I hope that you know that whenever you're taking time for yourself, you're actually doing your whole family a service. You can't give from an empty vessel. So it's so important that you fill your heart with the Lord's word and with His love. And secondly, that you fill your energy tank, you fill your happiness tank. I find that reading a good book and taking a bubble bath does wonders for my mood. Take that time for yourself and don't feel guilty about it. Know that you deserve it, but also your family really needs it. You need to be well rested to be able to function properly. Now, I say that knowing that we go through so many different seasons in motherhood, and sometimes we can't have a whole 3 hours to ourselves. So whether it's 30 minutes, 20 minutes, anything we can take, we should. So we can be joyful and we can present as joyful mothers to our children. Again, I just want to say Happy Mother's Day to all of you. May the Lord bless you, and thank you so much for being the mom you are. If you have the blessing of having your mother, I just want to encourage you to give her a call. If you can, give her a hug and just let her know how much she means to you. And if your mother is no longer on this earth, I encourage you to pray and to thank God that you knew her and that she existed. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I'd really appreciate it if you would share it with a mom or a friend who might be encouraged by it, or who you just want to say thank you to. I really can't wait to see you guys again, and I just want to say thank you so much for being my subscribers. I love you all so much, and I hope you have a happy Mother's Day. Bye! I'm like crying a lot in this video. I don't even feel like I'm crying for me or for my moments and my joys and my struggles with motherhood, but just because I'm celebrating all of you, and I'm so grateful that your children have you, and I'm so grateful that you're on this earth.